Hello everyone and welcome back to Swamp Dog Games. This week we're getting a two video set, both the review on Thursday as well as a special video about a new Humble Bundle for Dungeon Crawl Classics that's available. If you've never heard of Humble Bundle, it's a site that works with charity. You can usually buy video games at a slightly discounted price or bundles that are at a heavily discounted price that are designed to support charity and give you access to a lot of material. Humble Bundle, generally speaking, is going to be, if you're buying it for software or for books, this is usually a way that the publishers of the material are able to sell you perhaps slightly out-of-date books or software at very steep discounts. An example is usually Humble Bundle has a couple times throughout the year where you can get very good high-quality video editing tools that normally cost a couple $100. You can buy last year's version for $30 instead of $300. So it's usually a good chance to get software if you don't need the absolutely latest and greatest, or perhaps like in the case of books where they have a support Unreal Engine bundle, learning bundle, where you don't need 5.1 Unreal Engine, you just need 5th edition Unreal Engine. You can buy the books there. Great way to support charity and your own e-learning collection. But lately what they've been doing is getting involved in RPGs and war games. And that's today's selection is the Dungeon Crawl Classics Humble Bundle. If you are not familiar with Dungeon Crawl Classics, they are an OSR, meaning roughly compatible with D&D style D20 games, with a very heavy focus on gonzo / sword and sandal style adventures. It's the RPG I love to hate. The only thing that keeps me from like really getting involved in Dungeon Crawl Classics is their dice system. They use a lot of custom die, and I'm not talking about like Fantasy Flight when they did their RPGs before selling off that division, where they had those custom dice that you used, where it was a D6, D20 with custom faces added to them, that you could at least substitute an actual D6 or D20 to play their game. These guys want D16 or D15 die. These really funky things that you gotta buy that are not really fair die by any stretch of the imagination, and I never did enjoy that part of the system, where instead of adding modifiers, you instead roll a D16 die instead to accomplish your action. But through the Humble Bundle, you can get them in several tiers. The lowest tier is usually the junk tier of any Humble Bundle, if you can, but usually for $1 or $1.50 Canadian sometimes for my Canadian viewers. The middle tier is usually some good stuff, but tries to promote you into getting the upper tier. Like there's some good items here in the middle tier, and if all you wanted was a couple items out of the middle tier, it'd be worth it. But the really good one is going to be the 30 item bundle tier, where that's currently for $18, and you get all of these adventure books in here. Now, another thing that you can do with Humble Bundle is also adjust the donation. If you choose to use the link that is in this description of this video below, you can also send a little bit of money my way. That'll be a fourth option down here. But one complaint that I have significantly about Humble Bundle is this is supposed to be to help generate money for charity, and as you can see, they're getting 90 cents out of that $18. Even if you want to cut me out entirely, go right ahead, but please like normalize out these price levels. Like usually I try to do a roughly even amount across the board of pricing that goes to this. So these two to even out a bit. Okay, 6, and 601. Yep. Try to even it out so charity actually gets something out of this. If you're going to be using this for charitable purposes. I again, don't cut Goodman Games out. Don't cut Humble Bundle out because they do provide a good service, but you really do need to increase it. But feel free to, if you want, cut me out. But if not, you can use my link in the description below, and it will help fund this channel. I'm going to complete this purchase, and then I will be right back through the power of YouTube to show you then the back end after you purchase the... All right, and we are back. So you've just purchased your books. Another feature that Humble does is it also acts as your library. So most of these books you can keep in their PDF form, or if they have supplemental material, you can download the zip file for them. I believe, this one, The Greatest Thieves in Lankamar, does have a zip. Then depending upon what file format, sometimes their EPUBs are available, sometimes Mobies. You can just download them all. Let me see if I can create the bulk download. Okay, this apparently has finally gotten fixed. I've had some issues with the bulk download in past, but it looks like it's working this time. So you download all of your books, and once that's done, I'll show you some of what you get in this Humble Bundle. All right, and just to show the value that you get, we just bought a ton of supplemental material for Dungeon Crawl Classics, plus got a copy of the 506-page PDF. This would normally be to buy the print and PDF combo from Dungeon Crawl Classics directly, would be about $25. So as you can see, we do get a little bit of a savings here. In this bundle, of course, you get the core rulebook itself for Dungeon Crawl Classics, all 506 pages, which include its unique character creation system. Unlike a lot of other RPGs, this one has you start at level 0 because rather than, how would you say it, customizing your character during creation, you instead just straight roll it up. The characters you create are random, but you create multiple of them at once, throw them at a level 0 dungeon, and whoever survives the level 0 encounter is your playable character for the rest of the game. So it's a very attrition-based character creation system, but otherwise the game plays very much like any other OSR game, and with a little bit of game master conversion to get around the dumb, and I mean dumb, dice that they use, can get it to work in any the adventures to work in any other OSR style product. The one thing that I super love about these, however, that DCC does that no one else does, is the expanded magic system they use. So it does have kind of a Vancian style magic that you cast spell and then wizard forget about it as their resource management, but they include all of these ways that the spell has a chance to either be super powerful or fizzle out into worthlessness and literally blow up in the wizard's face sometimes, or the wizard can retain the use of the spell for later and become a really uber powerful wizard if he's really lucky. So they do have a nice change on the classic Vancian style magic, and I have tried to implement this in some other OSR style RPGs as well. So just for the magic system alone is why I still keep my copy of DCC around. And then you then have Lankamar, which is one of their city environments that they have a lot of settings in. These adventure paths provide all kinds of content. And again, it's OSR compatible, so if you want to play, such as my upcoming review on Old School Essentials in the Lankamar setting, you can go do that. Basic fantasy, D&D 3rd edition, 5th edition. Very easy to convert them over without much work on the GM's part. Apparently a bunch of these are set for level 4. These are the magazines, as you can see, the short adventures that you get. I'm blowing through because I don't want somebody to just copy this video off of YouTube and go, oh, I can now play the adventure. But as you can see, most of these are averaging about 18 to 20 pages in length of the adventures that you get. Some of these are zine sized that you can print out and play at home. The artwork, again, goes for a sort of home-style gonzo heavy metal, the anime from the 80s style aesthetic. These are known for being very dangerous dungeons that, with not quite as bad as, let's say, Elden Ring or Dark Souls is, with the you shall die, and not intended to be just you make a character to intentionally kill them like you would in Chaosium's Cthulhu, but they are very tough dungeon environments that your players really need to be quick-witted and on their feet in order to be able to survive, because they are very squishy in a DCC style adventure. And then a bunch of fiction. This one seems to be less rules-based and more in-world fiction to provide to the players. The Magnificent Skull. As you can see, that sort of very 20s pulp adventure style is what they're going for here. Though I wish that they had a 20s pulp style pricing. Thinking 20s, 5 cents. And you'd have a kid go, that's a week's allowance right there. Now it's $15. Oh, how badly our money has been depreciated in value. But yes, you got a lot of level 5s. It seems like this isn't focused on lower level settings, but in this bundle. But again, lower to mid-tier adventures. I don't know why you'd want a program guide for DCC Con, but apparently they offer that. But lots of cool adventures that you can use in any OSR game, and I would highly recommend, if you like gonzo style, pulp style, heavy metal style adventures where you're going to be going up against Cthulhu cultists, and your players are definitely going to be behind the 8 ball when playing these adventures, so don't expect them to be easy, and perhaps have to send multiple adventuring parties in to conquer these deadly beasts. Wow, this one's a full 170 pages. But all in all, good value package if you like that style of adventure and are interested in helping support charity. I highly recommend purchasing this bundle. As I said, you can also use my link in the description below. Send a little bit of money my way to help support the channel. Or if you want, as I said, just cut me out entirely and please put a little bit more into the charity box so they get a little bit out of this actual bundle as well. As you can see, too, they also are not afraid of sticking. This was more common back in old style gaming, where you would have like robots from the future show up in your adventure. Think your warrior from the future type adventure setting that you can play with Dungeon Crawl Classics as well. Please remember that subscribing and commenting on these videos helps. If you want to see more videos, the general Thursday reviews, please subscribe and you'll get notified when the new Thursday reviews are posted. See you all next time, and help support the gaming hobby. Adios, everyone.